Hi, everyone. It's Belle and Sherri, and we are here to give our predictions for the Oscars 2026. Oh, Lord. So, Sherri, we've already
Yes.
talked about how
Mhm.
historical sinners, the amount of nomination sinners got is.
Yes.
I'm going to say, because we have forced ourselves to watch all the movies on this list,
We do.
and yeah. We're just gonna jump into it. We'll start with some of the quote unquote lesser. They're not lesser to me, but we're gonna start with some of the less known films. So, what we're gonna do, and now for our viewers, is we're gonna break it down by who was nominated, who should have been nominated, and who will win. Starting with costume design. Sherri, who was nominated?
This costume, achievement in costume is Avatar, Fire and Ice, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners.
Now,
Sinners is Ruth Carter again. Yes.
hmm now, should have been nominated.
Wicked for Good.
Marty Supreme, I get it, but they didn't really do anything revolutionary with Marty Supreme. So I would have replaced Marty Supreme and Fired Ash with weapons and
Wicked for Good.
Wicked for Good. Because I
They're
really think the costuming for Wicked, we spent a whole section of our Wicked review talking about the costuming in Wicked and how much it influenced, it's going to influence fashion across the board for years to come.
it told the story of the movie, and it to be like completely dismissed like this is wrong. That's the best word I have. Is wrong. Uh, it is.
It's a whole travesty,
It's
to
a
be
travesty.
honest.
Yeah.
I will genuinely say.
Yeah. And there's one other. While Wicked for Good should have been nominated in several categories, there are two here where it definitely should have showed up. Actually, three. And this is one of the three where it needed to have shown up, and I didn't. I don't appreciate the Academy's erasure of this film in this manner. That is all. I'm going to say it again, and probably in a minute, but just I'll stop now.
So, who do we think should win of those that are nominated?
Ruth, I love you. I do. But Frankenstein.
Yeah. I, okay.
Mhm.
It's so hard because we are both seamstresses.
Mhm.
And I grew up with someone, my mother, and who knew how to crochet and knew how to knit. So the dresses on Pearline and on Mary, when we first see them at this train station alone,
Yeah.
tell you so much information about their status in society. I don't think people who do not sew, who do not knit, and who do not crochet understand the level of detail and work that had to go into making those dresses. And they were made for the film. They were not vintage, they were made. And I
Yes.
don't think if you don't do these things, you understand how much information you were just given with those clothing alone. On the other hand, the way they dressed Mia Goth in Frankenstein for both of her roles
Mhm.
gave us so much information as well that her costuming alone makes it worth it. And then you get into Jacob Elordi's Frankenstein and that whole outfit that they figured out for him and how it tells you, especially after the wolf incident, if you haven't seen Frankenstein, go watch Frankenstein because it's very good.
It's on Netflix. Go see it.
hmm hmm After the wolf incident, how they incorporated that to show the change in him. That I, if either one of them wins, I'm going to be happy because they did the thing. They did the thing. This should have honestly been a three-way race between Wicked for Good, Frankenstein, and Sinners.
I agree.
Um, that it wasn't is baffling to me.
Right. I
Moving
know
on.
that the voting and the nominations is all secret, but I really would somebody to come out from behind the camera, behind the curtain and say, this is why I didn't. I just want to hear somebody just flat out say it.
Yeah.
But next category, otherwise we'll be here all night.
Who do
Just
we
on
think is
this,
going to win? Now, who should win? Now, who do we think is going to win?
it's gonna come down between Sinners and Frankenstein. Um, you know what? When I get there, you'll understand. I'm gonna stand on Frankenstein. I think Frankenstein's gonna win. And I think what it's going to come down to, and this is not that Ruth again did not do the damn job for Sinners for as many people as she did. And if Sinners wins, I would not be disappointed either. It's not a disappointed vote. But I think what often happens when you're down to these two votes and they're going, you know what, the costumes here are good, the costumes here are good. We've awarded her twice in the last 5 years. Let's award somebody else.
I can see that. I can see that. So, who should have been nominated Wicked for Good? Who should win? It's a toss up between Sinners and Frankenstein. And our vote for who will win is Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Our next category, makeup and hairstyling. Frankenstein, Kokuo, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, The Ugly Stepsister. Who should have been nominated? Again, Wicked for
Wicked
Good.
for good.
The Smashing Machine should not even be here. I have no idea why. I just,
We're
anywho,
looking at the transformation because for the first time in The Rock's 20-year acting career, he doesn't really look like himself. He doesn't look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's changed a little bit, but I do not think that's worth the makeup award. I'm just saying he just doesn't look like himself. Um, I, but so when you're looking, so that's where that smashing machine comes in. Um, I think again, I'm gonna keep it real short and sweet. Who do I think will win? Who do I think should win? Based on these five movies, it's gonna come down. I think it's gonna be Frankenstein.
I agree. I think who should win of the ones that are nominated, who
Mhm.
should win is Frankenstein. Who will win is Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. I think
And
that
and
the costuming and makeup, and I think, again, at this point, if you haven't seen Frankenstein, I don't know how to help you because Mia Goth, again, it comes back to Mia Goth. She plays two different characters in that movie, and you can't tell that it's her.
mm,
I had to look it up because I remember watching the first character and going, gosh, she looks familiar. Why does she look familiar? How do I know this woman? Who is that? And then I realized it was her. And then when she shows back up as a completely different character, I was so thrown, not thrown out of the film, but just thrown because they made the difference is so startling that I haven't seen it anywhere else except for in The Green Knight, where his one true love and the lady and Lady Bertilac are played by the same actress, Alicia Vikander. But because Alicia Vikander's costuming, her movements, and everything are so different from the way her character, the girl he was truly in love with, looked, and opposed to Lady Bertilac and the costuming and physicality of that character, that it took me way too long to realize that it was Alicia in both parts. So yeah, it's got to be Frankenstein. Should
mm,
they? That's who will win. That's who should win. Sinners is phenomenal, and there's so many great things. if nothing else, the fact that they tied in Do the Right Thing
Yeah.
with Mary and Stack and a nod to Spike Lee um is amazing. And they recreated that the sweater for, and if you've seen Do the Right Thing, you'll know what I'm talking about. Um it makes me so happy. But for sheer transformation, it's Frankenstein. It's Frankenstein.
And the other thing with the Frankenstein nomination, let me say it, is that I have no, my experience, my first last experience with Jason Elordi was this film. As I'm sitting here in February of 2026, this is where I've met him. I had no clue what that man looked like until the pictures started popping out, because he is, the way they've done the costuming and the makeup on him alone. He is Jason Elordi is a handsome Jacob. I'm sorry, is a handsome man, not as the monster. That's
Yeah. Yeah, it's all in the eyes
it
for
is.
him. And I am vaguely familiar with him from um Saltburn, and I think he's on Euphoria, which I've never
Yes.
watched. I should watch because it's Zendaya and I love her, but I've never watched it. But he, again, same as you. I knew what he looked like, and I still was just like, if it wasn't for the eyes, I wouldn't have known it was him. His eyes are very distinct. Okay, moving up. Film editing, F1, Marty Supreme. One battle after another, sentimental value, Sinners. Who should be nominated in this category? Again, Frankenstein and Wicked
Wicked for
for
good.
Good. I would take F1 out and I would leave. This is what I will give one battle after another. P.T. Anderson knows how to shoot a film. And that might be the only nice thing I say about that movie for the rest of the night. The man knows how to shoot a film, so I wouldn't take that off. But Frankenstein and Wicked for Good should be here. So those who should be on here, who will win, who should win, I will say Sinners. The difference in the aspect ratio and how they use that to help tell the story.
The
Uh,
that the one scene alone where they're telling the story of music from the juke joint to into the 2000s and the 90s, that scene alone wins the award for me in Sinners.
Honey, before we even get to that scene, the one shot
Mm.
of Lisa crossing from Bo's store to Grace's store
Well, you're right.
alone.
Yes.
The shot that, and when Delta Slim is telling the story of how Rice was murdered,
Mm.
and the way that it is shot and the way they use sound, with Sinners for me.
Also,
So
the other thing I would say for Sinners as well, let me da da da. We know it was Michael B. Jordan playing Smoke and Stack. You really can't tell with that film editing that, that they've had to shoot it twice, and that there's one actor playing both characters. Like you would think that you would think Michael did have a twin and that he was there shooting that during the.
you could. I have known about Michael B. Jordan
Mhm.
since All My Children,
Mhm.
when he played Erica Kane's youngest child.
Yes.
Okay, I have been keeping an eye on his career ever since then. I remember him from that. I remember watching him grow up on that show.
Mhm.
Okay. Then my husband was like, well, he was also on The Wire before that. And I didn't know that. And I went and
I
watched
knew that.
that.
Mhm.
So I know who this man is. You couldn't have convinced me. It
Mhm.
took me, I was like, did he have twins this whole time? Did I miss? No, no.
Mhm.
And the fact that they invent new technology to make that work. Invented technology that had never been used before to
Yes,
create that seamless shot after shot for an entire film, except for the last 15 minutes. He fights himself.
right. That's right. You're right. You're exactly right. He does. He does fight himself.
Who should win? Sinners. Who will win? Sinners.
Sinners.
I'm sorry. Production
Sinners walking
design.
away with something more than what
Right? Right?
they leaving with
Like if
something.
they don't, it's going to be BS on multiple.
Oh, trust me.
And
I'm telling you right now, if they what so we will re-record the night after the Oscars, but I will be ready to flip a table.
well, let me
I
tell you
will
something.
flip
We
a
won't be the
table.
only ones because I
Hmm.
know many people, and my fellow actors, because we
Hmm.
have to vote. Who are genuinely would be pissed.
Hmm.
So it's going to be really interesting to see because it's going to be interesting to see how the politics of this plays out. We talked about that on the previous podcast with me and the boys. But anywho, hmm. um, let's see. Production design: Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners.
Where is wicked for good? Now, just get y'all this is the other category where I was like, where is wicked for good? Because that is so many practical effects. That was not, there is some CGI, but there are a lot of, they built a lot of sets for that. Anyway, so this, um, I'm being good.
Baffles my mind. As I said when I was talking to the boys last week, it is mind boggling to me that, but then, okay, and I'm just going, you know what? Screw it. This is our podcast. We can say whatever we want.
Mhm.
They couldn't have too many people of color in the category because we already got Chloe Zhao and Ryan Coogler. And if John M. Chu had been nominated as Best Director, then that would have meant, and if Wicked for Good had been nominated, where in all the places it should have been, then that would have meant that this entire award season was dominated by non cisgendered white men. And we can't have that.
You're right. You're right. You're right. We can't have that.
Can't
We
have
can't
that.
we can't live in a world where white men aren't centered all the time.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So for production design, who should win? Who should have been nominated? Wicked for Good. Who should win? I'm gonna say it's a toss up between Frankenstein and Sinners. Again, it's gonna be tight. Who will win? My opinion, Hamnet. This might be the only award that they get.
Interesting. Why Hamnet?
The luxury of the clothing.
Oh, a good point.
It is a wonderfully beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. If this movie had come out in any other year that Sinners, Wicked for Good, and Frankenstein hadn't come out, it would be mopping this award season up. Hamnet is a phenomenal film. It is a absolutely phenomenal film, and Chloe
Run
Zhao
into one
did
of
the damn
these.
thing.
We used to run into one of these every year because I want maybe not last year, but 2 years ago, Poor Things. No, that was 3 years ago because it got swept up between Barbie and Oppenheimer because Oppenheimer was a juggernaut. Poor Things got lost. Poor Things was amazing. And for as late as the year Hamnet came out, I wonder if they should have just pushed it.
I think they should have pushed it. I really feel like it got Hamnet is so good. It's so good. Literally, again, if it was in any other year where Sinners and Frankenstein weren't in play, it would be dominating. Um,
Now, I
it's
will
such a
say this.
phenomenal movie. It's such a beautiful movie. It's so well acted. It's so the oh girl, I love me a period piece. I love the period piece, honey, and I love the costuming for that movie is just oh, all I could think of is our friend Shasta, Shaz, who is a cosplayer who makes all these beautiful vintage costumes, and I'm like, she would have a field day with this movie. Um, I ooh, child, if it was any other year. So I think that this might be their throw them a bone win.
I'm going to agree with that because we're also in a situation where we're talking about the Academy and we're in a and the Academy as a whole does not appreciate horror as much as the viewing public does. And Sinners and Frankenstein at the base are horror.
Domestic horror at that. When you really stop and think about it with Sinner, because people forget that Abraham Stoker,
Yeah.
was Irish,
Yeah.
and Brian Coogler, by making Remake Irish, was paying a homage to that. So yeah, both of them are very rooted in classic horror. And I could see that being a problem because, again, to what you said, sci-fi and horror very rarely get their props, even though they are the biggest mirrors to society that we have always had since
And
the
there are
beginning
also
of time.
and there's also a oh wait a minute, because I'm gonna tell you production design, there is one that is missing.
Oh,
Fantastic Four.
what?
Fantastic Four.
You're so beautiful. It's such a beautiful. You are so. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Oh my God. We were just talking about like how Fantastic Four and Wonder Man kind of restored our faith in the MCU. And one of the main reasons was the production design for both of those films. Oh my
Yes.
goodness. I mean, both of those properties. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay. Yeah, you're
I,
right. You're right. And that
when
should
I
be
noticed it, I was like, wait a minute, where's because I did note it. Like if it was going to show up anywhere, it should have been here or in one other category.
let's
It should have been
let's
here, possibly costume because we got that really lush 60s aesthetic. So yeah, there's a couple of categories where Fantastic Four is missing.
speaking
This
of
is
one
one
of
of them.
those categories,
Mhm.
I'm going to say let's talk about visual effects. Avatar Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, Sinners. Literally, the first three should not even be here. It should be the Fantastic Four.
Mhm. Wicked for
It
Good.
should be Wicked for Good. It should be Frankenstein.
You're right.
Visual effects don't always mean blowing things up. Sometimes it's in the subtlety of
Hmm.
things. And low key weapons. Uh, the
Fucked
fact
up this
that
kid. They
those,
messed up this category.
yeah, this entire that category should not.
Mhm.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry, but I think we talked about this before. The Avatar movies look cheap as hell to me.
Problem for me with the Avatar movies at this point is that you're not telling me a new story. It's the same aliens, cowboys, and Indians, just on different parts of the planet, which is cool. I mean, what was the last one called? I forgot. But you could have made that into a
Doesn't
National
matter.
Geographic documentary special, and I would have enjoyed it just as much. Um, Actually, no, let me stop lying because I'm watching Will Smith pole to pole, which is amazing.
Like I don't. You know how I feel about the Avatar movies. I feel like they make so much money, and I yet have not met a single person in real life who likes them. I
I'm
have
gonna hunt.
never met a single human being who was like, "Yeah, this is the movie that I'm gonna build my childhood around." It doesn't inspire people the way like Star
Even
Wars or even Harry Potter.
I was just
Have.
thinking Harry Potter. That I was just thinking Harry Potter, and that is the other thing I want to make mention of while we're here, because one of the critiques or supportive reasons that people are like, yeah, Wicked for Good didn't need to be nominated because it should have been one film. Forget that the last Harry Potter book was split into two movies.
Who bitched
Hmm.
when Return of the King
Hmm.
in oh Lord, Tolkien, Return of the King, Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings series, they
Mm,
bitched so hard about that being a 3.5 hour movie. So
mhm.
many people were mad and kept saying in the industry and outside of it, why didn't you, why? And then the director's cut is even longer. Trust me, I know, because I own it. And I'm like, so like, wait, what do y'all want? Either y'all want them to be one movie or not. Babe, like, make it
I
make sense.
I think what they didn't want is the addition. Basically, what people are complaining about are the people that didn't read the book, only saw the stage play. That's what I'm going to say.
That's it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
So they don't want that subtext. All right. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I swear. I'm good.
Okay. So our next category is documentary short film, All the Empty Rooms, Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renaud, Children No More Were and Gone and Are Gone rather. The Devil is Busy and Perfectly Estrangedness for documentary short film. Sherry, you have some thoughts.
Oh, no, 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 no. I thought we were still on visual effects, so I'm fine. For these, I have not seen any of them, so I would not feel comfortable,
Qualified.
qualified to make a selection.
I we do need to circle back to visual effects. Uh I don't have a dog in this hunt. They were all good. All extremely sad. Um, so if any of them wins, good job.
Yeah.
You know,
Congratulations.
nothing.
Mm.
Yeah, nothing really kind of stood out. Visual effects. Who do we think should win?
This is my notes right now. You've already mentioned that Avatar, F1, and you said Jurassic Park
Huh?
should not be here. I'm going to go with The Lost Bus should also not be here. I have not seen the movie. I've only seen the trailer, and I'm going, why is this here? Over Wicked for Good, over
Yeah,
Frankenstein,
yeah.
over, I'm even going to say Knives Out.
And Fantastic Four.
And Fantastic Four. So there were better films that could be here. I'm going to say that out loud.
This entire category is a huh?
It's a big huh, except for Sinners. Um, so I'm gonna say Sinners because out of the five, it's the best movie. Who I want to win, who will probably win? I bet you they give it to Avatar because Hollywood is obsessed with the Avatar films.
And see, I think for the who should win, Sinners. Who
Mhm.
will win is going to be either F1 or Avatar for the exact same reasons. Um, that man thought he was going to get a Best Actor nomination, so this is going to be their throw him a bone
Right.
for F1.
Good point.
Uh, Cameron really thought he was going to get a Best Picture nomination, um,
Mhm.
and this is going to be the throw them a bone. So it's going to be a split between who will win. It's going to split between F1 and Avatar. Who should win? Sinners, duh. Like
Yeah, looks
not even a
described based on
question.
Sinners. Yeah, but yeah, I put Sinners on my official ballot that I'm pulling together over here. So to remind myself what I said.
All right, now let's see. The next category is animated short film.
Again, another one I do not have a dog in this fight. I got nothing.
The nominees are Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, and The Three Sisters. I liked The Girl Who Cried Pearls. Um, I haven't seen. I think I saw Retirement Plan. I don't care. I hate to say it like that because I know how much work. I truly do understand how much work goes into these things and how much work goes into animation. But there is nothing that set me on fire like Hair Love did a few years back. There's nothing that really grasped me or like Pitbull, which hit me right in the feels, especially because it pretty much is the exact story of how we got our rescue kitten who was a black kitten and our rescue pit bull who we rescued from a fight ring. And around the same time that we rescued them, and that movie hit me in a place, and every time I think about it and I think about what they went through at their young lives before we got to them, I get upset. So nothing on this list yanked me like that. So congratulations to whoever wins. That's all I got. um
Congratulations to this man.
yeah. uh let's see. Live action short film Butcher Stain, A Friend of Dorothy, Jane Austen's period drama, The Singers, two people exchanging saliva. I'm not gonna lie, A Friend of Dorothy is my pick.
Haven't seen it. I have no, again, congratulations to everyone, whoever wins. I may come across them in my travels over the next couple of weeks. And if I do, I will make a post about it. But otherwise, I haven't seen them, not qualified to make a
That's fair.
list.
They're all pretty good, but A Friend of Dorothy would be my choice if it was me. That's all.
Okay.
That's just me. Adapted screenplay: Begonia, Will Tracy; Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro; Hamnet, Chloe Zhao and Maggie O'Farrell; One Battle After Another, P.T. Anderson; Train Dreams, Clint Bailey and Greg Quidar. This could go either way. For this, honestly, oof, this is a tight category, and I don't know who should win. Um,
I think for the same reason you said Hamnet is going to win production design, I think they're going to win adapted screenplay.
I can see that. I think who should win of those in this category, I would say Hamnet. Who will win? It could go. It genuinely could go either way.
Think
Frankenstein is true to the spirit of the text, but it is not an actual text to screen adaptation.
Frankenstein has been done so many times.
It is. That's what I was going to say. It's been done so many times that that might actually work against them.
Exactly.
One Battle After Another. I did not. I still don't understand how that movie could have three amazing African American actresses in it and be still filled with so many. This is where P.T. Anderson should have had a black woman in the writer's room with him when he was doing the screenplay. Train Dreams is good. It's not. It's not setting the world on fire. Begonia is so surreal and insane that I really think it might come down to Hamnet and Begonia, but I could also see how Begonia could be off-putting to people. I could see how the craziness of it could actually make it one of those things where people don't want to nominate it because it's a very incisive script and it's a very weird script, and I could see how that could piss people off.
Somebody set somebody off wrong. I get that.
Yeah. So I think who should win, I would say Hamnet. Who will win, I don't know. I don't know. It that this one
Stand,
is a complete toss up.
I'm going to stand 10 toes down on Hamnet. I could be wrong, but I'm going to stand 10 toes down on Hamnet.
Original screenplay: Blue Moon, Robert Kaplow. It was just an accident. Jafar Panahi with script collaborators Nadar Savar, Shadmir Rastin, Mahmoudin. Sorry, I'm so sorry if I said your name wrong. Marty Supreme, Ronald Bronstein, and Josh Safdie. Sentimental Value, Elsick Volk and Yoshin Trier. Sinners, Ryan Coogler. Who should have been nominated? The people in this category. Everybody in this category actually
Well,
absolutely
this is the
deserves to
one.
be
Oh, yeah,
nominated.
I got this right.
Yeah, this is actually quite seriously the only one so far that I'm like, yep, everything you did here was right. Who will win? This might be where Marty Supreme sneaks in. Who should win is Sinners because of the massive amount of layers of storytelling. You know, the making Remick Irish working because it works on paying homage to Bram Stoker, but also talking about how the people of Ireland were also targeted by the Klan and were colonized. Making Mary, picking an actress who had the same genetic makeup as the character for Mary. creating Mary in the first place, the Mississippi Delta Chinese being given their flowers in this film, which a lot of people who are not Black or Chinese knew nothing about before this movie. Um, the the way that they make an active choice to never show Black bodies being traumatized in
Well,
this
that
movie.
is
If you go back and watch it, we never see
very
Black
true. Very true.
people murdered. We hear about it, it's
Hmm.
alluded to, but we never see it. There's just so many, there's so many layers, there's so many different layers in this film. The Choctaw, which ties into the long-standing relationship between the Irish, the African, and the Native American communities, where we have not always, but for the most part, like 70% of the time, always had collectively had each other's backs, no
Yeah.
matter what was going on. And oh, there's so many layers in that movie. I just don't see any other original screenplay coming with that level of intelligence. And
And this is definitely a devil is in the details moment. And with all of with all of the films in general, Sinners is a he got the details. It's not just and if you walked into Sinners wanting to see a horror movie, you got that. If you wanted to see the story that we saw with the racism and all of that, you saw that. You got everything in this film. It's such a good movie. Such a good movie. And that is why it is getting all the praise that it's getting for anybody that is watching this. Like, I don't understand why Sinners, because it is so well done.
I remember a friend of mine saw the movie and was like, I liked it, but I didn't get everything. So I don't know. And I started to explain because we as Black women always want to try to help somebody. And then I went, no.
Watch it again.
I said, and I said to her, I think that it would be well worth your time to actually really look into the references and then go back and look at the history of what was going on with each of the characters. There's a reason that opening monologue happens, because it's all but implied that Remick was Sammy,
Hmm.
and he was. That's why. So everything you need to know is in that movie, and some things aren't meant to be explained. And if you're curious enough about it, you should look it up. And Sinners is the type of movie where you should look it up. It's
Amen.
worth it. It's worth it. You can enjoy it on a completely surface level because it is a wonderful movie, but there's so many layers in it as a film that it's worth it for you to take the time. So for who should win in this movie category, Sinners. Who will win? I think it will be Sinners, but it could also be where sentimental value comes in and sneaks in and takes it all.
The other reason we will say that it could be Sinners is because this is where they can award Ryan Coogler without awarding him Best Director.
Yep.
Think Spike Lee.
Yep.
Next category.
Yep. Say it louder for the people in the back.
In the
Yeah.
back.
All right. Next category, cinematography. Frankenstein. Marty Supreme. One Battle After Another. Sinners. Train Dreams. Who should have been nominated? Wicked for
We're good. Like
and
just
Hamnet.
yes, I agree. I agree.
Who,
And
who
and we said it earlier several times. Wicked for Good should be here. And it this is I yeah. Um
who should win?
I again we're back in the toss up between Frankenstein and Sinners. I think because you're dealing with so much of the white space when you get into that when which is so interesting the way that they shot the ice and the cold when
Oh,
Frankenstein when the monster catches up with
yes.
Frankenstein.
Oh. That movie is just, oh my God. Every time I think that movie and Sinners are the only ones of the ones that I've watched that have stayed with me for months.
Exact same.
Months later.
Because the rest of these other ones, I'm like, yeah, what happened? Like, what happened in that movie? Like, I
I
can
can
sit here and
barely
do that. But
remember.
these two, I can tell you what happened in both of those movies. And it's been a good 6 months since I've seen Sinners. I, who should win, who will win. I am going to put my vote to Frankenstein.
Same.
I
Who
will
should
not be mad
win?
if Sinners. I will not be mad if Sinners win. I'll be pissed off if any of the others movies win. Um,
That's literally what I was going to say is who should win?
mhm,
Frankenstein or Sinners? Who will win? Frankenstein or Sinners? Nobody else did that. I'm
yeah.
sorry, you didn't, especially with Hamnet not being in this category. No one
Mhm.
else did that. So those are the only movies that honestly, not even visually, but have sat with me. Those three movies have sat with me for months. Every time I think about them and I go, oh yeah, and I go back and watch them and I'm like, wait, okay, yeah, I missed something.
And the other thing with both of these movies that these are movies I want to watch again anyway. Whether or not as we mentioned at the start of this, of these 10 movies that are nominated for Best Picture, 8 of them you got to kind of slog through. You got to slog through them.
Yep.
That's it feels like doing. They feel like doing homework.
That, yes, yes,
What?
yes.
God, I'm not going to get an A in this class if I don't watch these 10 movies. And I hate that, especially because within the last 5 years, I do not remember exactly what year it was. I think it was the Barbie Oppenheimer year. That year, those 10 films, I enjoyed 8 of them. I get it. These are good. And they stayed with me. These last couple of years, I'm like, why am I putting myself on this punishment? Why do I do this to myself?
Yeah, yeah. The only movies recently that really sat with me like these three films have been Dune Part One and Two, Oppenheimer, Barbie,
Mm-hmm.
The Woman King,
No, the Woman King's so good.
The Woman King, and The Green Knight. The Green Knight, I girl, that movie became my whole personality. And Monkey Man.
Yeah.
And another movie that became my whole personality when I saw it. I was like, how is this his first directing job? How is this the first time this man has ever directed anything? And he comes out the gate with this? With this? Are you serious right now? None of these movies have made me feel like that. None of the movies that are not Sinners, Hamnet, and Frankenstein have sat with me like that. So who will win? We could go to Sinners or Frankenstein. Who should win? Sinners or Frankenstein? Who will win? Sinners or Frankenstein? Anybody else? You're playing in my face at this point.
And I'll probably stop watching the movie. I ain't even
Yeah.
going to.
Best sound. F1, Frankenstein, one battle after another, Sinners, Surratt. Who should be here? Wicked for good. I feel like we're just gonna be beating this drum for the rest of this night. Wicked for good. Who should win? It's again a tie between Sinners and Frankenstein. Who will win F1?
I'm so glad you said that because that's exactly what I was thinking. Who's gonna win this? F1 because they're gonna throw F1 a bone. It is a racing movie, so you get the car sounds and the rev and the explosions. So you're gonna get all of the things. The subtleties of sound and background that are in Frankenstein and Sinners, you're not going to be as appreciated as the vroom vroom of the cars at F1.
Yep. Let's keep it pushing. But like we know how this is gonna work. We
You
know
know
how
how
this
to
is
play
gonna
this
work.
game.
The documentary feature, The Perfect Neighbor, The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin. Who
See me in
should
the good
win?
light. Come see me in the good light is the only movie on this list, period. Dot in the sentence. I don't care.
See, and I'm going to disagree with you.
Mm-mm.
And this
I
is
look.
why The Perfect Neighbor
Hmm.
is a is really good, but it does not have the Come See Me in the Good Light is so beautiful
It's
and
so
well
emotional.
done.
Mhm.
The Good Neighbor is so depressing. And I think that that's what's going to work against it.
Think the other thing. Now, I will say this: I love "Come See Me in the Good Light." Please go read my review on Pop Culture
So
Uncovered.
good.
It is so good. Um, it should win. I fear that homophobia
Yeah.
and the view of what poetry is, because it is a movie about a poet, about cancer. It's about a woman's health issue. It's a love story between them and their partner. Um, it is about their life ending. And I think at the end of the day, I stand by, again, I say, I stand 10 toes down. Come see me in the good light. I think all of those factors together, I think what you said, probably The Perfect Neighbor, or because we are in such a political statement. I have not seen Mr. Nobody against Putin. It would not surprise me if that one won.
Yeah, I realized that I was thinking about it and I'm like, just as you were talking, and I'm like, and the same thing with The Perfect Neighbor, because it talks directly about racism and about bias and about how the situation, if you would only listen to the black people involved, the situation would have never escalated. But because our voices are not listened to,
Right.
even when we have ample evidence of someone hate criming us,
Yeah.
I can see how that would make certain members of the academy uncomfortable because, yeah. Anyway, so I can see the Mr. Nobody versus Putin coming in and sweeping it, but it should be. I genuinely think it should be Come See Me in the Good Light or The Perfect Neighbor. I think the subject matter for both of those things will work against them.
Right. And I'm just reading again, I have not seen Mr. Nobody against Putin. And just to read the IMDb short description, a Russian teacher secretly documents his small town school's transformation into a war recruitment center during the Ukraine invasion. And Hollywood's affinity
More
for
about what's
Ukraine.
happening in Ukraine than they do on the streets. Let's say what it.
Yeah.
Let's say it what it is.
Yeah.
Let's
Their
say what it
affinity.
is. They care more about what's happening in Ukraine, and that's not to
Yeah.
downplay what is happening in Ukraine because it is a big deal. But
Yes.
citizens right here now in the country that we live in are being murdered, and they don't care about that.
Exactly.
So I can see that, especially because, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna keep it moving, keep it pushing, keep it pushing.
Yeah.
So international film, The Secret Agent, Brazil. It was just an accident. France. Sentimental Value, Norway. Surat, Spain. The Voice of Hen Rajab, Tunisia. I who should win, The Secret Agent.
If I had to guess,
Who
it'll
will win?
probably be, if I had to guess, I think it's going to be sentimental value.
That's what I was gonna say. Who will win the sentimental value?
Hmm.
Because Skarsgård has this. I can't believe that he hasn't gotten his flowers yet. And
Agree.
this will be the way to give him his flowers. B, because as I said, when the boys and I talked about it, the Fanning sisters are having one hell of a year between Sentimental Value and Predator Badlands. Those girls are doing the thing and they deserve their flowers. And I hate when the Academy acts like somebody has all the time in the world. You would think we would learn with Chadwick
Yeah.
and James Dean and so many others that came before, Angus Cloud, so many people who've come before that who you should have given them their flowers while they were here, didn't. And now, so if this is their way of giving Elle her flowers, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Sentimental Value is a very good movie. The Secret Agent, Wagner Moura. I said to Ron the other night, I said, if Wagner Moura is as charming in real life as he is in this film, we are looking at the beginning of another Pedro Pascal situation.
Mhm. I
He's
get that.
got the chops, he's got the looks, if he's got the charm and he's got the 10 toes down, I'm going to say what I got to say politically. And if you don't like it, that is not my problem. That makes everyone rally around Pedro again and again. And I'm like, this man, there's something about him. There's something about him. I'm telling you the same way when I first saw Pedro in Buffy, literally decades ago. I don't know how many people even remember that he was on Buffy. And I saw him literally decades ago, and he wasn't even in the show that long. And he was in it, I think he had 15 minutes of screen time tops. And I was like, I don't know who that man is, but he gonna be famous. I had no idea who he was, but I was like, he's gonna be famous. There was something about him. Um, Wagner Moore has that same vibe. So I could see the secret agent winning because Wagner Moore is just so freaking dynamic in it. But I could also see sentimental value winning, and either way, I'm gonna be happy. There's no knock on the other films. I just think that of the ones that are nominated, those are the two that have the most momentum.
Great. I can agree with that.
Animated film: Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or the character of Rain, Zootopia. Baby, this is all K-pop Demon Hunters category to lose.
Second. Ready? Let's
Yeah,
save some time. Next category. K-pop
yeah.
Demon Hunters.
I don't
Next
even like.
category.
Yeah, we don't even need to waste time. And
Yeah,
if
don't waste
anybody
time.
else wins over them, I'm going. I
I feel
this
there's
is
going to be some tables going over.
this is how I feel about that movie. Remember when we saw in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse? Same, same vibe, same feeling that we're seeing something new, something different, something
Yeah,
that we've never seen before.
and that's what we want.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Original score: Begonia, Jerkson Frendrix, Frankenstein, Alexander Desplat, Hamnet, Mike Richter, One Battle After Another, Johnny Greenwood, Sinners, Ludwig Göransson. All I'm going to say is I know which one of these albums I've listened to on repeat, both the actual soundtrack and the songs. And it
Mhm.
ain't any of them other ones but Sinners.
I'm gonna go with Sinners as well.
Should win Sinners. Who may win, One Battle After Another. Who should win? Sinners. All right, let's keep it about original
Here,
song
I can
Golden
hear.
from this. Now, this is the one. This is the one
Hmm.
that it actually might be a genuine fight. Original song Golden, K-pop Demon Hunters, Train Dreams from Train Dreams, Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, I Lied to You from Sinners, Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verde. Now, here's my thing. For the same reason that Ruth E. Carter might not get it for costuming because Diane Warren has won over and over again, it's the same reason why she is not. I don't think she's going to win. I think it's
No,
going to
the
either be.
problem is that Diane Warren has been nominated like 19, 20 times and has
Yeah.
not won.
Oh, shite, you're right. She hasn't
She has
technically
never
won.
won.
She's won
Um,
Grammys.
yeah, she's got Grammys. She's never won the Oscar. And
It's
the
going to be her
problem that she
moment.
has now, and I don't think she's going to win this because Relentless, yeah, that's the only time this movie appears on this entire list.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to Golden or I Lied to You.
Yeah.
I believe those are the only two they're even playing during the telecast. Grammys, don't do that. That is disrespectful to these other three artists. As a
Yeah.
poet, as an artist, I worked hard. You've given me my flowers. Now you're not telling me. Now you're telling me not to show up to the final exam because you want to do other bullshit. This is not a show for. This is the only time the show gets music. Is with the original score and with the best original song. All five of these songs should be performed live by the artist on stage. Bad on fix it, Grammys, fix it. Um, I think we're going to be in a situation where people are maybe checking, if everybody's checking off all the boxes for Sinners as they are, I think this is going to go to K-pop Demon Hunters because they're going to be like, wait a minute, I've checked Sinners off too much. Let me give it to somebody.
I think you're right. I think that who should win, it should be a one tie between Sinners and K-pop Demon Hunters. Who will win? I think it's going to be K-pop Demon Hunters. I think because
Mm-hmm.
Gold again, I lied to you and Golden going to what we said earlier. These songs stayed with me.
Mm-hmm.
They stay with me. I have the soundtracks. I didn't buy the soundtracks for any of these other movies. Same way I went and bought the soundtrack for Nope. Same way I bought the soundtrack for other movies. Like I rarely buy soundtracks for films, but both the actual score and the actual songs. I rarely do that. I did that. I didn't just stream it. I bought them. I have physical copies of these things. Seeing Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sinners. Hamnet and Sinners and well, see, here's the thing. Oh, all of these actually deserve to be here, and I hate it. This is the only thing that I will give One Battle After Another is that it's perfectly cast.
It's not great. No, no, so understand as we're coming up on this because we're coming up onto the final discussions of the as we're getting into the top six categories. There's a lot of things that can be said about One Battle After Another. You like how I said that? One thing we cannot say is that it is poorly cast. This movie has a stellar cast. It is stellarly acted. Whether or not I like the story, how's that? I can't knock actors that didn't do that. They did their job. Um. So yeah. So stellar cast. Um. Oh wow. It is. This is going to hurt my heart to say this because I don't like the movie that much. Um. I think it might. As much as I love Sinners and I want it to be Sinners, I really think it's going to be One Battle After Another.
I reluctantly agree. I think who should win is Sinners because, if for no other reason, the casting of Mary and the Chows. Um, he wrote Mary specifically, and he had to find an actress who matched that,
Yeah.
and that is not as easy as you might think. To the point where Haley Steinfeld actually found out more about her family than she knew before this, and it made her re-examine everything she knew about her family. And the same with the Chows, those characters are so essential to the movie, and those actors, the young man who played Bo Yao, this was like I feel like maybe his first or second American film, and he had to do a southern accent perfectly, and he did.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think this movie works with anyone else,
Hmm.
and that's my category for casting. That we have had this discussion. We had this discussion about Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I'm gonna bring it back. Trust me. How one of the reasons the films flopped, while the TV series is Disney Plus, one of Disney Plus's highest rated and most critically acclaimed series, is the casting of the kids. The adult cast in the Percy Jackson movies was perfect, but they're not right. That they're not the focus of the story. The only thing I will give the franchise of that woman is that they cast the core trio perfectly in the films for that Magic franchise. And if you don't get the kids and if you don't get them the right age, it doesn't work. Casting, I have cast. I don't think people understand. The last show I had to cast people as mothers and daughters and generationally across 4 generations. And
Hmm.
I had to make it work, and I did colorblind casting because I wanted to make sure that the vibe was right. If the vibe is right, I don't care what your race is. I don't care what any of that. Is the vibe right? But it took me a month to cast a play. Now think about the scale of something like Sinners.
Hmm.
There can be no wrong with One Battle After Another. As good as the casting is, you could swap out other actors in those parts, and it would be just as good. You can't do that with Sinners.
Oh, good point. Good point.
That's the thing. You cannot do that. To file Miles Caton alone,
Mm.
finding him, you can't do that. Literally every other film on this list, you could cast other people in those parts and it would work. Sinners is the only one where the casting, I can't see anyone else in those parts. So I'm going to say who should win? Sinners. Who probably will win?
Hmm.
I have to agree. I hate it so much, but I have to agree One Battle After Another. Supporting actor, Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value, Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another, Delroy Lindo, Sinners. Who should win? Delroy Lindo. Will win? Jacob Elordi. Or Stellan Skarsgård. Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro will cancel each other out.
I agree. Um, when I saw Frankenstein, I said Jacob instantly because he did such an amazing job. But I think where we're at right now is two long-standing, well-respected actors who have not been awarded in Stellan and in Delroy Lindo.
Gonna be one of them.
It's going to be one of those two. Stellan won the Golden Globe. Um, I'm double checking.
The only reason I think that Delroy has a leg up is because they should have given it to him for the Five Bloods. And I think that the travesty of him not winning for the five, not even I don't think he was even nominated for the Five Bloods. That
Wasn't
still that's still pissing people off. People still
I?
mad. I'm mad about it still.
I think, and you're right. This could be the career award for Delroy Lindo, and unfortunately, it's the same for Stellan Skarsgård.
Yep. They're both legends.
Yeah, I think
They both
Benicio.
deserve it.
I think Benicio has already won, so nothing for, and so has Sean Penn. So even though they're also canceling each other out because they're in the same movie, y'all already won, so we don't need to award y'all again. Thank y'all for playing. I think
Jacob's youth is going to work against him.
exactly. So now we're back. So again, all five of these performances are great. Whether or not I like the movie, I don't think there's anybody else that should be here. I don't think we're missing anybody, say it that way. Um, I'm gonna say who will win. I'm gonna say Delroy Lindo.
I think you're right. I think it's Delroy. I think he and Stellan are coming into it too hot. They're both
Yeah.
coming into it way too hot, and it could go either way. But I think it's going to be Delroy.
Yeah, I think I agree. It can go either way. It's their award to lose. So fellas, don't say anything stupid in the next 6 weeks.
Right?
Um,
Best supporting actress.
huh?
Best supporting actress.
Elle
Elle
Fanning,
Fanning. Sentimental value. Inga Ibsdottir Lilius. Sentimental value. Amy Madigan. Weapons. Wunmi Masako. Sinners. Tiana Taylor. One battle after another. The same reason that Sean Penn and Benicio cancel each other out for one battle after another, combined with youth, is why Elle and Inga are already off the table. Amy Madigan might get a Lifetime Achievement, basically supporting actress Oscar. Wunmi Masako is who should win. Tiana Taylor probably will win.
you know what? Because if there's going to be any surprises, it's going to happen in this category. It always happens in the supporting category. So I am going to put myself out there on the limb. I'm going to be by myself, and I'll be okay with that. But I think it's going to be Amy Madigan for the one
Wouldn't be
reason,
surprised.
because we're at a situation because Tiana is also young. This is her first movie, her first nomination. Show me what else you can do. And this is what I so that's so keep what you said about Elle and Inga. Same with Tiana. Show me what else you can do. Come back to me later. I think it comes down to I don't think they're gonna give the acting awards to Sinners as much as I love Sinners, which leaves Amy.
I think with Tiana, people forget Tiana has been in this game for she's been in so long, but she's young and gorgeous, and so people think she has it. Same thing with Wumi. Wumi, everybody except for Amy in this category is young and beautiful, and so they forget that they've been all of these people have been acting for years. I remember pulling up. I showed my mom we were watching Wonder Man, and I said, "I'm about to blow your mind," and I showed her a old photo of Wunmi, Tom Hiddleston, Benedict Cumberbatch, Ben
Mhm.
Kingsley. Oh Lord, Rose Byrne, all in a play together. And that's just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. They did a play together, the Children's Hour, and they did this play to raise money for orphanages around Great Britain. And all the proceeds went to that. And I'm like, they have been, Wunmi and Tom went to school together. They've known each other
Wow.
for decades. Um, but because she's so beautiful and she's so young, they assume, and it's like there's that assumption. Everybody always acts like people are overnight sensations, and I'm like, I don't know about nobody else. I know me personally, but I've been doing this since I was like 7 or 8. So I'm like, I've been performing in some capacity since I was a child. No one is an overnight sensation. But I feel like you're right. It's going to come back to Amy's been in the game our entire lives, at
Mhm.
least my entire life. Amy's been in
Right.
the game. And I don't think she's ever been nominated before this, not for this level, as far as
No.
I can remember. So I think that this might be hers to lose. I hope it should be Woonmi.
It
But
should be
honestly, if
Wumi.
Amy wins, I'm like literally everybody in this category deserves to be here. So if they win, I'm not mad at it.
Right,
Whoever wins, I'm gonna be happy.
yeah, but I think it's going to come down. I stand. I'm a stand on that opinion. It should be. It'll probably be Amy Madigan.
So best actor. Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan Sinners, Wagner Moore for The Secret Agent. Who should be in this category?
Michael B.
How
Jordan
Oscar
as no. Michael B. Jordan as Stack. Michael B. Jordan as Smoke. There
Smoke.
should be two separate nominations.
Right. Well, that's the first thing. But secondly, how Oscar Isaac isn't in this category for
Oh,
Frankenstein is.
oh
I
yes,
was like,
I
are you
agree.
kidding me? Are y'all serious right now?
Yeah,
Are y'all serious?
they don't appreciate Oscar Isaac yet. I don't understand
No,
why, but they don't
because he's
appreciate
hot.
it.
He's hot.
He did such a good job in that film.
He's hot. I'm gonna be really honest. What Leo does in One Battle, is it a good performance? Yes. Is it the same? Is it what I've seen from him before? Also,
Oh
yes.
yes.
He shouldn't be here. He
Mhm.
shouldn't be here.
Mhm.
Leonardo DiCaprio. This is the same. This is, I wouldn't say the same thing, but it's not that different than what he's done in like every other thing he's been nominated for. This should be a 2-man race, 3-man race between Wagner Moura, Oscar Isaac, and Michael B. Jordan. And it should be Michael B. Jordan should win. Who should win? Michael B. Jordan. Who will win? I'm going to say it, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, I'm going to say it too, Michael B. Jordan. But knowing in the background and seeing how the award season is falling together,
Mm,
I don't agree. It'll probably be Timothy Chalamet.
yeah.
I do not agree. No, now if y'all could see my little ballot I'm working on here, I highlighted Michael B. Jordan. Period. Out of all five of these five actors, that man did the most work
Yep.
in a movie from 2025. And to hear him even talk about the fact that to make sure that he was playing the right character when he is on screen, he had his shoes sized differently. Detail. You know, like my shoes
Yeah.
are too big if I'm one character, my shoes are too small if I'm the other, so that he knew how he was supposed to act,
How he
how
was
he
supposed to move.
how he was supposed to move, how he does move differently between the two characters. You cannot tell, like I said, you cannot tell me that this was not two different men on that screen.
Ah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Should it be? Will it be? Michael B. Didn't mean to rhyme.
It
Yes.
should be.
I
It's
just don't know. I genuinely just don't know. I don't know how
racism.
this is going to work out.
Racism.
Um,
That's why it's going to be the other one. That's why I said it that way.
yeah. Best
Racism.
actress: Jessie Buckley, Hamnet; Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You; Renee Rinsby, Sentimental Value; Emma Stone, Begonia; Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue. I'm going to go out on a limb. I have no dog in this hunt. They were all great performances. I'm going to say Kate Hudson's going to get it for Song Sung Blue.
I think it's going to go to sentimental value.
Should go to Sentimental Value. Of the women who are nominated, I
Mm-hmm.
would say Jessie Buckley and Renee had the best performances. Rose Byrne is great, and If I Had Legs, I Could Kick You. Emma Stone is great in Begonia. I still think it's going to be Kate Hudson because it's the Nepo baby done good, right?
As though she's won already in a
That's
better
true.
performance.
Yes,
It
that's
was a
true.
supporting performance, but she's won already in a better performance than in that movie. So I'm going to stand on sentimental value. Renee.
All right. And finally, our big two. Best director. Best director, Paul
Chloe.
Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another. Ryan Coogler for Sinners, Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie, Marty Supreme, Yoshin Trier, Sentimental Value. Who should win? First of all, who should have been nominated? Take One Battle After Another out of here and put
John
John
Chu.
Chu for
Wicked
Wicked
for
for
Good.
Good. Who should win? Ryan Coogler. Who will win?
Paul Thomas Anderson because
Yep.
they're chosen for him
Yep.
and they want to punish Ryan.
Yep. The only thing that might save Ryan in this situation, because Ryan has basically told them, I don't care about your little awards. I'm not making my movies for that. He's been nice about it, but that's what he said for all intents and
Right.
purposes. The most
Mhm.
polite way of, I don't care what you think. I'm not making films for that reason. The thing that might is that Ryan has not made a bad movie yet.
Exactly.
And we can't say that about the other directors on this list. Some of their films were good, but not great. Ryan has made phenomenal films consistently. So that's the first thing. And there's a lot of old guard behind him. Spike Lee, Martin Scorsese, Coppola, a lot of them are pulling for him. And that might be what gets him over the edge. But the fact that you're right, there is a lot of politics and punishment because not only did he make this movie, he basically made an independent film with Warner Brothers backing it. And he made sure he re-owned his IP after 25 years. And if he's dead, it goes to his children. And that is a deal. When Quentin Tarantino did it, nobody cared. But when the black man did it, it was an issue. And that is what could shoot him in the face. So who should win? Ryan Coogler. Who will win? P.T. Anderson.
Yeah.
All right. Final category, Best Picture. Woo!
Our nominees
Gonya,
are, I got it,
F1.
F1, Frankenstein.
Sorry, every time I say F1, I just want to laugh because why?
Yeah.
Um, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Who should win? Who should be in this category? Wicked for Good, get F1 out of here. who should win, sinners, who will win, one battle after another, because God forbid we don't want or nominate, let a movie that's not about black people struggling win.
I am going to disagree on who will win.
Ooh.
On who will win. They love, oh my God, why can't I think of this man's name right now? Guillermo del Toro.
You're right.
They love him. Frankenstein is a story that everybody knows. Frankenstein is gorgeously shot, beautifully acted. It pulls at your heartstrings. It makes you feel for the monster as a Frankenstein story is supposed to. I am of the opinion that if it's not Sinners, it's going to be Frankenstein. I think this is the second time a horror, I think this is definitely a year that a horror film will win Best Picture.
Would not be mad at that. Do
And
I think it, I don't think that it deserves it over Sinners, but I do think it deserves it over everything else in this category.
and I and you have to and you have to think how the Academy is gonna how these voters are gonna think. I don't want to give it racism. I can't give it to Sinners. So which is the next best one behind Sinners? And of these nine films, the answer is Frankenstein.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see in about a month and a half.
March 15th.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
I will be
it's gonna be
yeah,
a
we'll
it's
see.
gonna be a wait, y'all. We're gonna
Follow me
see what
across social
happens.
media because I will find a gif of a chair throwing, and you know that they did something to piss me off.
We will be, for the first time in a long time, at least for me,
Mhm.
live blogging the Oscars because I have not watched them, and I can honestly say I feel like I stepped out almost a decade ago, and I have not cared since. But we will be live blogging them. So guys, tune in to us on Threads and Instagram because we are going to be. I'm going to have my wine and my popcorn, and we're going to be lit. And we're going to talk about. We're going to type it up. We're going to chop it up. So join us then for Pop Culture Uncovered. I am Belle. This is Sherri. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We will see you in a month and a half. Peace.
Peace.